Yeah. Other than that, I watched an amazing film actually. Just a couple of days after the recording, which was God's Own Country.
Oh, I've seen that out. But it didn't. Just judging it just literally by the poster, I was like, meh.
Yeah, I don't know if I can ever It's going to be hard to explain why people should watch it.
Okay.
All I can really give them is that I adored it, and it's a 5 out of 5 for me. And they kind of it's quite simple story, It's about a farmhand, son of a farm owner. Is kind of getting his dad's had a stroke and he's losing his ability to walk and look after the farm, so this sort of young 20-year-old is being given the responsibility of running this farm, and they bring in a farm hand during, I think it's lambing season, to sort of help keep the farm going. And it's I think he's Romanian, and they work on the farm and they develop like a gay relationship for each other. And it's really interesting because it's one of the most romantic films I've seen that's so close to reality.
Yeah.
It's very much like understated emotionally. It's very much these quiet, getting on with the job, but also this focus on these characters and what they need from each other. And the best part about it is that it doesn't. What I hate about romantic films is this sort of forbidden love element in which these aspects of like outside the relationship impact the relationship.
Yeah.
And that could have been so much the case in this film, just for the hotbed that it sits on. Conversation wise, if you're talking about like homosexual relationships, if you're talking about immigrants, which people somehow have a problem with, these are like hot topics that people want to pick apart, and it's very much like if you set that in a rural backdrop, it's so open to potentially being about how the farming community says no to allowing this to happen and tears them apart. And I was dreading the story going that way, but it really doesn't, and thank fuck it doesn't, because while that's kind of in the background, what's more important is that it focuses and zeroes in on how like a real relationship would kind of work in this scenario. And that's where like real romance actually kicks off, So it's more about how these characters are the flaws themselves. They're not one-to-one suited for each other, and they have to try to come to terms with that to make the relationship work and make the scenario in which they live in work. And all of the drama doesn't come from like third parties; it actually comes from the characters themselves. And how they see the world and how they see the sort of responsibility they have in life, and it's so good. It really just nails it to a T exactly how a relationship is supposed to feel, and I think it's one of the most like open and accessible romance films that anybody could watch. So it's a total, like, it was an A+ in my review on Big Picture Reviews, and it's a 5 out of 5 on there.
Oh, fair enough. So don't judge it by the poster.
Yeah, what's the poster is like two guys staring wistfully on a field.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Guess it does have that vibe to it, so I don't know. Maybe.
Okay, fair enough. Jack.
But yeah, that's it.